Yo guys, Josh123 here for another video, and it is a video I am looking forward to, and I better get a move on uploading this because the new Premier League season is going to kick off very soon in like a couple of weeks, because I'm doing a Spurs keep or sell. And if I sound a bit ill, it's because I am. I haven't got COVID or anything like that, but just a bit of a sniff and a bit of a headache, but I'm okay. I'm still going to commit to uploading videos for you guys on my YouTube. So it's Spurs keep or sell. And let's just clarify something. I'm not doing it on the app. I really can't be bothered to do that because it's not that complicated. I've just done a tier list on paper, and I'm going to write. I've written down tiers and where all the players are going to be in. And let's just get this straight. Judson Fernandez is our player, but he's on loan from Benfica with an option to buy. But I am involving him still in this. I've got Carl Capitas, Luke Amos and Jan Vertonghen have all departed the club, so thanks for your service, guys, but they're not involved in this anymore. And Joe Hart, Matt Doherty and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg are all new signings. They're not involved in this, but they will be involved in other Tottenham content in the future because they've just signed, they've not played enough minutes to judge. So that's just that. Let's explain the tiers quickly before we start the video. We've got keep and sign a contract, so have them long term. We've got loan, we've got sell, and we've got last chance, which is a weird name for it, but it's basically their last season. They've got to prove themselves right now, otherwise they're out. So those are the five. It's more than keep or sell, isn't it? But that's just the name of it. There's a lot more categories than just keep and sell, but let's just get straight into the first player. First player is going to be Steven Bergwijn. We've only had him for about 5-6 months, but oh my god, he's looked good. He's scored a few goals, a few assists. He looks so good on the ball. Only 22, he looks so good. We've just signed him, so there's no need to sign a new contract yet, but we certainly should keep him, and in the future we'll sign another contract. He's got about 4 or 5 years left anyway, but yeah, Bergwijn's a keep. Is Troy Parrott. Now, he has gone on loan to Millwall and actually looks like he's playing well for them. He scored a couple of goals in pre-season. But if it was my opinion, I would put him in loan still. He has gone on loan, so it's not really my say, but it will do him the world of good. He could become really good for us in the future. So yeah, Parrott on loan. The next player I am doing is Tanguy Ndombele. Now, he's like Marmite. You either want him to go or want him to stay. It's really, really weird with him. I actually believe in him. When we signed him, I thought he'd be amazing. He's not been amazing, let's be straight here. But his job is not to score and get loads of assists. That's not his job to do it all the time. His job is to make tackles and dribbles and, just do skill and all that sort of, and passing. That's his job, and he did that. When I was watching him, he did that. He just got lots of injuries and wasn't very high in fitness. But I don't think we should jump to conclusions and sell him. We've only had him for like a year. Give him one more season and see what happens. But I haven't put him in the last chance category. I've put him in keep because I purely do believe in Tanguy Ndombele. But yeah, he needs to prove people wrong because I believe in him. The next player I'm doing is Lucas Moura. Now, he has gone into the last chance category because, yes, he was a legend for what he did against Ajax. Some people will hate me for saying this, but has he been good this season? No, I give his season a 4 out of 10. He's really not been that good. He scored 4 Premier League goals. He scored about 7-8 goals in total, yes, but they were in cups and stuff and Champions League. 4 Premier League goals in 38 games. That is just not enough. That's actually pathetic in my opinion. Sorry, Moura. He needs to prove himself this season, otherwise he's got to be out of there. This is his last chance. The next player I'm doing is Oliver Skipp. Now, he's also another player who actually is on loan. I'm not sure where he is on loan, but who cares? He's on loan somewhere. I believe in him. He's a great midfield player, only about 18, 19 years old. Keep him for the future, but right now, put Skippy Boy on loan. The next player I'm doing is Dele Alli. This is also like Ndombele. You love him or hate him. It's like, what do you do with him? A lot of people would probably say, sell him. No one's going to want to loan him out, and no one's going to want to sign a contract with him. So do you keep him or sell him? A lot of people would say, let's get 50 million for him, let's sell him. But I do believe in him. Yes, he's not as good as he was a few years ago, but 9 goals and 9 assists in the Premier League, that is pretty good. That is one of our top 5 best players for stats, last season. So I do believe in Dele Alli. He's still only 24 years old. That's hard to believe, isn't it? I do think we should be keeping Dele Alli. I'm not going to put him in last chance, give him a couple more years, and then maybe think about getting rid of him. But I think he's still quite young. We know he's got the talent. Let's keep him. The next player I'm going to be doing is Danny Rose. I'm going to just say it because why not? The only player I'm actually putting in sell, but I have reasonings for why I've only got one player in sell. But I would put Danny Rose in sell purely because he's dead weight now. We know he used to be a talented left back, but he's been on loan to like 4 or 5 clubs and he's 30 years old now. He's just not going to be above Davis or any other left backs that we have in our team. He's just not going to be involved. Let's just be honest here. Sell, get 10 million for him and he can bugger off. Thanks for your service, Rose, but go away. The next player I'm going to be doing is Eric Lamela. Now, again, this is like Ndombele and Ali. Like, do you keep him or sell him? Like, so many people want him to go and so many people want him to stay. We've got a lot of players like this in our club, don't we? But I actually like Lamela. I do want him to stay for our club, but he's not going in the keep category. He's going in last chance. Because he's been with us for about 7-8 years now, and he's like 28 now, so he's in his peak prime. And I do like him, but he always seems to do well in cups and pre-season and stuff. He needs to do it in the Prem, and he does score Premier League goals, but he scores like 3-4 goals every season. He's got to get at least like, say, 9-10. It's just not enough. His last chance to prove himself. He scored a brilliant free kick in pre-season, so let's just see what Lamela can do, but he's in last chance. The next player I'm doing is Serge Aurier, and again, people were like, he's actually on the verge of going to AC Milan, but I think they've pulled out now. They wanted to pay 15 million, we wanted 20 million. I do think if he was to get sold, I wouldn't care, but I'm not putting him in sell because I actually don't mind him as a player. Like, yes, he's very bad he's good in attack, but he's terrible in defence. But under Mourinho, he's certainly lived up to the hype. He's been good under Mourinho. I don't care what anyone says. He's looked a lot more solid under Jose Mourinho. I think we should keep him, but last chance. He's going to go in the last chance category because he needs to just show us what he can do, especially in defence. Otherwise, he's out of there because he's too unreliable. But I think Mourinho can help him out. Gedson Fernandes. Now, he's on loan, of course, but I actually do think he looked good in pre-season. If he has a good season, I think we should keep him and, sign him permanently because it shouldn't cost too much money, 20 million or so. And he's only 21, good midfielder, but he can play in defensive mid, centre mid, attacking mid, on the wing as a right back. He can play, he's very versatile. So I do think we should keep Gedson Fernandes. And yeah, next player is Toby Alderweireld. Now, he's like 31 now. But to be honest, he's not getting any worse. He's looking really good. We shouldn't get a contract on him because he's too old now. But on the remaining couple of years he's got on his contract, we should use that well and keep it because he's at an alright age. He's such a quality centre-back. He's such a quality centre-back. He's going to help us so much. We need another centre-back like him to partner with him. And then we could be good this season. But absolutely, Toby should be staying in our club. The next player is Taffet Tanganga. The centre-back, left-back, right-back, CDM, wherever. 21 years old, great centre-back, great player for us. We saw like little glimmers of how good he is in cup games last season, but I do think we should own him. A bit surprising, people want to see him play. I do want to see him play, but I think putting him on loan will do him the world of good. I think playing him in the Championship or even the Premier League, I think if he gets game time, he could be so good next season when he comes back to Spurs. I think Tanganga should go on loan, but I wouldn't mind if he was staying in our club for this season. The next player is Harry Winks. Now, he's been rumoured to actually move to Man City, but I think we should keep him. Yes, we've got a lot of centre midfielders packed in our squad, but he's only 24 still. He's so composed and good on the ball. He's a good option. He gives us variety in the midfield. I wouldn't sign a new contract. I think he's got a few years on his contract, so I wouldn't get a new contract on him, but I would 100% keep Harry Winks because he's one of our own and we love him, so keep him. The next player is Son Heung-min, a Korean master, the best Asian player in the world by a mile, and I think absolutely keep and get that contract signed. He's probably got a couple of years left, but I still think we should sign a contract, give him 5 or 6 more years. He's 28, I think. He's in his prime again, but he can still do it for many more years. And he's just so good. Let's just keep him, sign a new contract. There's nothing more to be said, really. What a master of a human. Next player is Sirkin or Kirkin or whatever. I've forgotten his first name, but it's this like 17-year-old left back. And I saw him in pre-season. He looked good. For someone who's a year and a half younger than me, and he's playing like that at left back, he looked good. But you cannot play him in the Premier League right now. I think you loan him somewhere, just like I did with Tanganga. You loan Sirkin out somewhere, and then when he comes back, he could look good. And we need fullbacks, so he could be a good answer for our club in the future. Good prospect. Sirkin should go on loan. The next player is One Foyt. Now, he went on. I think no, he's actually in our club still. He's been in our club the whole season, but he was injured. We thought he was going to be a good prospect. We've had him for a couple of years now. He's like 22 now. I think we should. It's his last chance, but I'm going to put him in loan. I think we should loan him out. He should come back and hopefully mature a bit and play better football, and then that will be his last chance. But let's just put him on loan first and see what happens when he comes back. Because I do believe in Foyth. I do believe in him, but I also can't stand it when he plays in defence sometimes. But the future could still be bright for him, so I'd put him on loan. The next player is Ryan Sessegnon. Now, he didn't get a lot of game time last year, but everyone knows how good of a player he is. Still about 21 years old. He's a quality left-back / left-winger. He's a great player, 100%. Don't sign contract yet because he's still got about 4 or 5 years left in his contract. So keep Sessegnon. He looked good in pre-season. He got a little goal. And yeah, I just love him as a footballer. Definitely keep him, and the future could be really bright for him at Tottenham. The next player I'm doing is good old Musa, the GOAT, Sissoko. He's actually going to be 31 in December, so he's only got a couple of years left of his career, but he's a rock. He finally scored last season, 2 goals he got last season, and what a man. He got injured, so he got unlucky, but Sissoko, I love the geezer. He's such a good footballer. Another midfield option, and he won't have a lot of, time left of his career, but definitely keep him for as long as we can, because yeah, he's a baller. The next player is Alfie Whiteman, a 21-year-old goalkeeper that we have. He's like 4th choice right now. He's got a good future. I know I've seen him in videos before. He actually looks good in goal. Sorry about that. Mr. Daniel Edgington, go and subscribe to him, just rang me. But we'll just continue swiftly. And yeah, I was mentioning Alfie Whiteman, a goalkeeper who I've seen a lot recently. I think put him on loan. He could grow a bit more, and then we'll have him back in the team maybe in the future. But yeah, Alfie Whiteman, the goalkeeper from England, should go on loan. Now let's move on to Harvey White. Now he is a left-back / central midfielder, like CDM. He's about 18, 19, and I've seen him in pre-season, and he looks so composed on the ball. I loved Alfie White. He was so good. I think he'd be good in the Cups. I think you should actually keep him this season. Not sign a new contract, not loan him. Maybe in the future we should loan him. But I think give him this season and see how he does in the Cups and the Europa League and stuff, maybe, because he looks really good. The next player is actually going to be Davinson Sanchez. Now, we signed him for like 30 million. We thought he was going to be the next big thing. He's not been that, but I don't mind him. I think this is his last chance. I think he's like 24 now. He's still quite young. He needs to prove that he's a good defender. Otherwise, he needs to just piss off. But yeah, Davinson Sanchez has one more chance. Last chance he's going to go in. And yeah, the next player is Eric Bloody Dyer. Now, I was very close to putting him sell. I am not going to lie. He's a centre-back, CDM. Where does he play? He's just really, he's so indecisive. He's slow. I don't really like him as a footballer. But Mourinho does like him. So I'll back Mourinho, and I'll say, in my opinion, this is his last chance. Otherwise, he needs to just pull off, go in to sell. But yeah, Eric Dyer's last chance. Okay, the next player is Giovanni Lo Celso. Now, he didn't get a lot of game time in the first half of last season, but the second half of last season, he banged it. He only got, a couple goals, 2 assists or whatever. I don't think he actually scored. He got an own goal, but he scored a couple goals in cups and stuff. He looks so good. Only 24 still, looks so good. He is certainly an Eriksen replacement in my opinion. He's a cam for us. He plays in the attacking midfield role, and he's such a baller. I like him, so he's in keep and sign a contract. The next player I'm doing is Cameron Carter-Vickers, a centre-back who's like 22 now. He's been on loan like Luton, Stoke, loads of clubs, and Swansea, I think, loads of clubs like that. And he's just not good enough. He's not proving it. But let's just not rush into things. Let's put him back on loan. But I was very close to putting him in sell. Let's put Cameron Carter-Vickers back on loan. And hopefully he can prove how good he is in the future. But I doubt it, let's be honest here. The next player is Benjamin Davis. Ben Davis is a quality left back. I do like him, but he's more of a centre back. He's not got the pace and physicality you'd want in a fullback, but his delivery and passing is good. He's certainly better than Aurier in my opinion. But I told you I like Aurier and I like Davis as well. But just like Aurier, I'll put Davis in last chance. Prove that you are a class left back. Otherwise, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to get out of here, Davis. But I don't mind him. Maybe we should buy another left back to compete with him. But this is Davis's last chance. The next player is Jack Clark. Now he is a player we bought from Leeds. He's like 20 years old. He's a winger, and I could put him in loan or sell. But I'm actually thinking let's keep him because he's young, he's fast, he looks so good on the ball. In pre-season, he was taking on men for fun, doing them dirty. He is a quality winger by the looks of what I've seen so far. If he can prove it in like cup games or Europa League games, this Donny could be really good. So I do think we should keep Jack Clark, but no way we should sign a contract now. Let's just see him play in the Prem and see what he can actually do. The next player is Paulo Gazzaniga. Now, he is a backup goalkeeper for Lloris. I do like him. I do like him a lot. We've got Joe Hart, though, now. So I'm thinking, don't sign the contract, but keep him as to compete with Joe Hart and Lloris. I think keep him as a variety in goalkeeper, because the last thing you want to do is have lots of injuries in goalkeeper, and then who do you play there? It could be a pain. So I think keep Paulo Gazzaniga, and he'd be a good backup. The next player is Jamie Bowden. Now, he's a CDM sort of player, also about 1920. In pre-season, he looked really solid again. He looked really good. Now, I should really put him in loan, but we need some young players to sort of play in cups for us. So I think Bowden should be a keep because he looks good on the ball. Hopefully he'll be good, but we can always loan him halfway through the season or next season if we want to. Dane Scarlett. Yes, this is a bloke. This is a pacey young 18-year-old striker, I think. I don't know if he looks good. I haven't seen him, but Mourinho played him. He got like 30 minutes of game time. He's a striker. I mean, it's nice for Spurs to have strikers. It's always a good sign if we have strikers because we rarely have loads of options up front these days to replace Kane if Kane's injured or something like that. But I do think we should loan Scarlett and just see how well he does. And then hopefully in the future he could be good because you never know. The next player is Hugo Lloris. Yes, he makes mistakes in goal, but more than not he's better than... he's made less mistakes than De Gea this season. Last season, De Gea made more mistakes than Lloris. He's a class goalkeeper. He is going to be 34 in Christmas time. But at least for one more season, definitely don't sign a contract. But at least for this season, keep him, maybe even one more, because Lloris is a good goalkeeper and he saves us sometimes. So Lloris should be a keep. Oh yeah, here we go. Another Alfie Devine, whatever. He is another fullback, another left back. I think he's only about 16, 17. He's really, really young. But he's a similar player to Sirkin, probably. But yet again, I think let's not speak about this forever. Just put him on loan, see how good he can become, and then we'll play him, hopefully, for Spurs in the future. But Alfie Devine should go on loan. That's all, guys. That's all of the players. It's probably a 20-minute video, maybe even more. But I wanted to cover most players we've got. Apart from the signings and the people that left, I wanted to do most players, and I've covered them. Please let me know where you'd put some players. Please let me know. Don't be shy. If you disagree with me, put what you disagree with in the comments. I would love to know. So that's the keep or sell. The next football video sort of thing I make will be a live reaction, but probably before that will be the Premier League predictions. So that's going to be happening very soon. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and peace.